Hi, and welcome back to your monthly Platterful tutorial. If you're new here, click the link in the top right corner to learn a little bit more about us. Let's get started. I'm going to first get started by unwrapping this mustard mélange cheese, which is so pretty. I love the little specks of mustard in it. I'm going to keep the frame of the cheese by cutting closely to the wax, and then gently pulling them apart from each other. The inside I'm just going to dice up into little cubes. Then I will just place them all back in their frame, and it looks so cute as like a little placeholder on the board. Next, we're going to unwrap our smoked idiazabal cheese. This is a Spanish sheep's milk cheese with a unique, sometimes smoky flavor. We are going to cut this in thick, long, narrow wedges. Each slice should include a little bit of the rind on the end. And then we're going to place them in two different ways on the board. With the first half of the cheese, I'm going to place it on the board similar to how this cheese is naturally falling, in sort of like a fan shape. If it starts to crumble on you while you're cutting it, do not worry. It is a strong enough cheese to kind of press it together to hold its shape. For this half of the cheese, we are going to layer it in what I like to call a zipper shape across the board. Place down the first triangle flat on the board, then place the next slice so it overlaps the first slightly, maybe a quarter to a third of the way in. Then we're going to unwrap our classic sharp cheddar for those of you who have the large kit. First things first, I'm going to cut this cheese in half so we can cut it into two different techniques. The first simply being slices. I'm cutting it almost as if it's like a stick of butter. A little tip is when you're removing the cheese from your knife, pull it from the bottom, otherwise it tends to crumble. And the way this is naturally falling is how I'll place it on the board as well. For the second half, I am just going to crumble this cheese. Since it's been sitting out and it's room temperature, it's very easy to do so. To get that rustic look, I'm just breaking the cheese apart by using my fingers. Once I've got all my crumbles, I'm just going to pile them in a small mound on the board next to that last little hunk of cheddar. You'll want to keep the chunks bite-sized but varied, so keep some big, some small. That imperfect look is what makes it feel handcrafted and inviting. Next, we're going to go in with our meats. Here we have the classic salami. This one is mild and seasoned with garlic and pepper. We're going to start first by doing a little salami ribbon. Start with one slice of salami, fold it in half, place it flat down on your board, and then repeat with another slice. I like to pick them up and then fold them halfway over each other. To best keep its shape, I like to tuck it in next to cheese or crackers on the board. For the rest of the salami, I'm just going to start with one slice, fold it in half to make a semicircle, and then fold it again like basically a quarter circle now. And then I'm just going to place those down on the board, slightly overlapping each other. For those of you with a large kit, you would have received a maple salami flavored chub. We are going to start by removing it from its paper wrapper and then its plastic one. Once you have done that, we are also going to remove the casing. Start by cutting off one little slice. We'll remove that one first. And then for the rest of it, I'm just going to take scissors to make a little slit, and so it will easily just peel off. For this, I'm just going to cut it into classic rounds. Just slice straight across into even coin-shaped rounds, about 1/8 of an inch thick. On the board, we can place them in overlapping lines, or we can place them into little small piles on the board, which is what I end up doing on both boards because I just love the look of it. Now that we have finished cutting and slicing all of our cheeses and meats, stay tuned for how we build the board. If you are a standard kit, keep on watching. If you are a large kit, you can fast forward about 1.5 minutes.